So we do hear that it is Jamie Webber that is going to make way for Kampani Lungu. And the other change is Tapela Maseko. Matela Maseko is going to come up for Maswangani. I think that was rather predictable. Both playing down the left-hand side. I think Kampani Lungu has a lot to offer, as does Tapela Maseko. So now they play with more an attacking formation. Jamie Webber on the right-hand side is made way. So Kampani Lungu probably slot down there. But there's more support, more pace, more experience to come in for Zaklepasa and Mamua Niyang. In the meantime, it's been a change made by Dondol Stars as well, as Whitehead Mameka has come on. Wasn't paying attention for the number he came on for. Dondol Stars will get us underway. They play in the white with the red sleeves, defending the southern end of the Atteridgeville Stadium. SuperSport United play from left to right in the blue. Good evening and welcome back to the encounter, round one of the Nedbank Cup. We do hear that Sekhukhune United lead Liver Brothers of Mpumalanga by 2-0, which means that we've had 12 goals in the Nedbank Cup so far. Lots of matches still to play, 16 of them in total, and by the end of tonight there'll only be 4 that have been played. Nothing tomorrow, and then a whole host of matches coming on Saturday. I think there's 5 matches on Saturday. Chiefs against Maritzburg United on Friday night, as Mamua Niyang puts a bit of pressure on Gumede. Nice header away by Gabuza, who retains his position at the back, and that's a nice bit of foraging, I thought, from Dondol Stars. They sent on a new play in Tyson Patlana. He was bound to come on in the first half for Tumelo Matiani. We'll have a look to see if the number 5's still on, but we have 2 players on, 2 new players, Whitehead Nameka and Tyson Patlana. 2 players on for SuperSport United as well. Makungo looking to be a little bit more busy, and Dondol Stars quite impressively playing a much higher line. We didn't see them in the half of SuperSport United for quite some time in the first half, and now immediately at the start of the second half, a high line, and they're playing it in there. So 40 for 28 for SuperSport United. That's Maseko for Maswangani and Lungu for Webber. As far as the away team is concerned, we'll confirm those changes for you in just a minute. So Patlana is on for Matiani. That was always going to happen. It was going to happen before half-time. It didn't. And then the other substitution was Whitehead Nameka, who's come on for Mabena. That's quite interesting, because Tabana Mabena, Tiago, I thought was playing rather nicely, but they brought a new player on. Calls himself Makatola Black Jesus. Fascinating.
Skarango Base. That was his nickname, Black Jesus. Skarango Base, formerly in Kaizer Chiefs.
SuperSport United will want to show this one up as quickly as possible, and they have a set piece here at the start of the second half. Only 2.5 minutes have elapsed. Gabuza, a target man. Away is the call. Kiwuchi causing problems there, and so for that matter was Baloy for SuperSport United.
And once again, Dondol Stars players looking like they have a bit more attack-minded impetus about them, rushing forward with numbers.
It's going to be fascinating to see when we come around to the 65th minute, because that's traditionally when the lower league sides fall off the bus a little bit. But yeah, they're showing some good style here today. There's Patlana playing in a more of a midfield role. Beautiful handball by Molefe. Zaklepasa playing a slightly wider role. That's a good save from Gumede. Immediately the impetus created by Kampani Lungu, 24-year-old Zambian striker.
Nice crisp delivery of the shot, I like that.
Yeah, made good contact there, Lungu, arriving nice and late, undetected. Forcing a save out of Gumede. Sphamandla.
The different players on the flanks for either side at the moment.
I can see a brilliant run down the left from Maseko. Brilliant delivery there on the half volley, Lungu. And has to be said, a good save from Sphamandla.
While one of the substitutes, Tepela Maseko, has 3 goals this season, and that's a good return from the 20-year-old. Kampani Lungu still waiting for his first. It's 15th appearance for Maseko in all competitions, the 18th for Kampani Lungu, and he's yet to open his account. Just as they did in the first half, SuperSport United looking to play that high line, and been quite impressed with what Neo Rapouz offered the match. He's the youngest player on the park in the SuperSport United colours. We don't have ages for the Dondol Stars players, but 17 years old, playing in professional football, the 3rd appearance of the season with SuperSport United. And they have developed so many youngsters in the past. Patlana getting involved early on. That's a tremendous ball. Space for an equalizer. Goss can't save it. Does on the first occasion an equalizer for Dondol Stars. Fabulous stuff from Molefe. Pupesi the Lion, he calls himself. Dondol Stars are level. Game on.
Celebrations galore. What a brilliant run down the left flank from Nomala, the left wing back. Just got a brilliant touch there. On hand to tap it home is Molefe. That sees Dondol Stars get an equalizer. Brilliant tackle there. SuperSport United tried to recover there from Baloy. And it's joy all round from Sphamandla and company.
Well, Gumede celebrating as if he'd scored it himself, but the goal goes to Relebohile Molefe, and Gavin Hunt has been stricken to silence. Molefe equaliser just 6 minutes into the second half, and both sides had made 2 changes, but it was the run down the left-hand side by Nomala, the counsellor, that did all the job. And just where were the centre-backs of SuperSport United? Because Baloy was nowhere in sight. Gabuza was looking at the near post, nobody at the back post. Even Kawuti was coming back to defend, and that was a bit of a hash.
There was a brilliant counter-attack move from Dondol Stars.
Sadly, SuperSport United know that they in with a match. Header from Baloy, pushing in the penalty area. Referee Mokeles' free kick to the visitors. You know, you spoke downstairs when you were chatting to Owazi Stanton about this being a shop window for players, not only at SuperSport United, but certainly for Dondol Stars as well, whose supporters are extremely happy at the moment. But yeah, what a shop window.
Brilliant opportunity. That's what the Nedbank Cup gives you. And we can see the Dondol Stars fans came out in numbers to support them, and their side has given them something to cheer about. For me, Kev, some of the outstanding players so far is the right back Mabu, and obviously the goal scorer would come to light now, Molefe.
Kampani Lungu curling away from the goalkeeper as if in kept in play. No. Disappointing from Maseko. Well, SuperSport United, they have a job to do. They had a job to do at the start of the match. They scored in the 19th minute, led at half-time. Dondol Stars fighting back just 6 minutes into the second half. They brought on Lungu, they brought on Maseko. The problems weren't in attack, the problems were in defence, and Hlaupo was beaten by this man. Another first-time ball. And they'll get the throw-in as well. Well, Tamsanka Gabuza. Don't forget, this is A cup encounter that could potentially go to extra time, even penalties. Flick from Zach Lepasa. Need the right plays in the right areas. This man's been problematic. Nomala. Away by Nklapo. Goes past Niang. Dondol Stars showing that on a ball playing side. Lepasa now. And the ball almost pushed into the pass of Niang. Still Niang. No second ball though for Kiwuchi. There was no penalty either for Maseko. The Dondol Stars are full of confidence at the moment, and their fans showing the way. Foul on the new man Patana, and Kiwuti's in trouble.
Some exciting stuff here from the substitute Nameka. That was the foul on the other sub. Patana. Kiwuti, the guilty party. This is the early opportunity. Looked like it was a penalty.
Ooh.
As Maseko came down.
No, that's clear contact. And no, he didn't play the ball at all, did Mabu. In the meantime, his opposite number is Zukili Kiwetu. Kiwuti, sorry, picks up a yellow card.
I think not for the first time this evening. A decision was not given.
Interesting that both of the marginal calls have come against SuperSport United. Away by Ricardo Goss. Mamua Niang looking for second ball. Good challenge in there from Munama. And they get themselves in a bit of a muddle. Rapu gives possession away. A little bit ambitious from Makungo.
Oozing with confidence, they feel that they can get another. Dondol Stars.
Wapo, Lepasa's first touch, non-existent. And Nyempane was told, played for Cape Town Spurs, also played for Polokwane City. This man's been impressive. Nomala, still Nomala. Can he pull the trigger? The fans are loving Dondol Stars.
Done everything right there, but with a tame effort in the end.
How about that little bit of showboating in the middle of the park? My word.
I don't think that's going to sit well with SuperSport players, but turning on the style, Dondol Stars and have all the right to do so. Got the equalizer and looking like they can get another. Not sure, did he do his knee or was it a style?
I think Butlana was styling. Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, at my age, if I went down, I wouldn't come back up.
Bro, they would have had to bring a stretcher on. And Klapo. SuperSport United have to focus on the game at hand. Kampani Lungu has to be potentially a bit more patient, and maybe one can understand that sort of ball, but it's got to be played in. If he's a bit deeper, he plays it towards the penalty spot. From that sort of angle, that ball out towards the far post, you've got to have somebody running in there, and Mamua wasn't doing that. Otherwise, he's got to go to the byline.
Yeah, the early ball always effective. Just reaches that penalty spot.
And if you can get the defenders turning and facing their own goal, then there are options available. Here's a Nomala once again. Lovely with the ball at his feet. He really is quite skillful as well. Through the middle, another chance for Molefe. And he was impatient. The ball, gravity didn't play its part.
And once again, brilliant work there from the substitute. Another opportunity for Molefe. Seen his name in lights. Tried to go over the goalkeeper. Unsure of where the defenders were. A golden opportunity to take the lead.
It was a very similar situation. Now you see the difference between the amateur ranks and the professional ranks, because I saw Mailula score a similar goal to that in a match not so long ago. got himself in a position, just a little touch of the instep over the keeper, and was fabulous. It might have even been the second Cooney United game that they lost against Mamelodi Sundowns. But yeah, it was a good touch, and it just shows the difference. But I mean, he got himself into such a beautiful space in between Kapuza and Baloyi. They're playing football here, Dondol Stars. SuperSport United are going to have to win this one the hard way by the look of things. Stylish from Nyembane. They could get caught up with being too elaborate here, Dondol Stars, and that's where the superiority of playing football at this level from SuperSport United could come into play, as Tabang Sibanyoni, former second Cooney United and Tuck striker, has been warmed up, and Andre Arends is having a chat to him pitch side. An hour of football at Lucas Masterpieces Muripe Stadium, 1-1 in the cup. An hour. Well, when that goal came in from Molefe, it was a painful experience. 1-1, SuperSport United, Dondol Stars.
Okay, it has to be said that the substitutes for Dondol Stars were masterstroke influence of Nameka as well as Patlana has certainly been felt. Confidence on the ball now.
Playing with such a lot of flair to him. How's that little dummy cross to the fullback Mabo? Back into Nyembane. One of the substitutes, Nameka. Then they create the width as well, except the first touch needs to be better. Disappointing really from Mabu.
Yeah, I did mention that he was so effective down that right-hand side. A little bit... Yeah, here we go. Here's the cramp start. You said 65 minutes. You're a little 5 minutes ahead of time. And this is the intensity that'll catch up.
I'll tell you what, Molefe might have had a brace within the space of about 7 minutes, and Kevin Hunt not looking all that impressed with life. Molefe, as I scored the goal, direct route from Gumede, nice little touch inside from Kungo, and then the run was made by the fullback. Where are the defenders? Kevin Hunt said that he was fresh out of defenders, that's why Kapuza was playing there, and that's clearly the point that was made. Nyang through the middle, it's a lovely ball! That's brave from Gumede, very brave.
Yeah, there was a good save there from Sphamandla.
Is that a grimace or a smile? I fancied the former.
And Nyang just choosing the wrong option. Tried to play in his strike partner Lepasa, where I thought the right pass was the better one. And the most convincing first touches there, and gave Sphamandla the opportunity to smother that ball.
It's a little bit of a knock on the elbow. It does allow the substitutions to take place from a SuperSport United point of view. A double change at half-time, a double change now. Sibanyoni about to come on for Nyang. Like for like. And we also are going to have the introduction of Matodzi. Now Sibanyoni. Zaklepasa makes way, so the entire frontline attacking formation of SuperSport United has made way. Matodzi only playing in his second appearance for SuperSport United colours this season, a 21-year-old to come through the junior ranks. He's a striker. So attacking players have been sent on. Two wingers in Lungu and Maseko, two strikers in Sibanyoni and Matodzi. And the like players have been taken off. What was the chat then from the coaching staff during the half-time in the dressing room of Dondol Stars? A little chat there from the coach, Tabang Nyembane. What a great coaching staff that is. I mean, surely you cannot get two better goalkeeping coaches in the country, and they're both with the same side. I mean, Grant Johnson is the national team goalkeeping coach, isn't he still?
Yeah, two goalkeepers and a defender. Sure, that defense is tight this evening, not as tight as they would have liked.
Andre Aronson, Grant Johnson, both legendary characters in the South African football fraternity. Both heck of a nice people as well. Were you still with Andre at Wits?
That's correct. My captain at Wits, captain at the national team as well.
Monama forward. Anyway, will do from Kiwuti. Back it comes from Fox. We're heading up towards that 65th minute. We've already seen goal scorer Relebohile Molefe being treated for a little bit of cramp, but he just saw him on the edge of your picture there, so he's back on the field of play. This is Fox in the meantime. There's a throw-in on the run. Strange decisions being made in this game of football tonight. Oh, nearly caught in possession on that occasion. Monama Gumede also having to scramble. They don't want to get themselves in the predicament here. Dondol Stars. It's a lovely little ball as well. First touch for Matodzi. Clean header. Fantastic.
Brilliant play from SuperSport. Brilliant save from Sphamandla once again. Striker done well to get it on target. Straight to the goalkeeper. Anyway, to the left or the right would have done, but once again, Gumede Sphamandla equal to the task.
Yeah, as you say, Sivanyoni's header, a little angle on it, and Gumede's beaten. 8 corners, or 8 shots on target, sorry, this evening, and it's very impressive from a point of view of Dondol Stars. 9 corners. Double the amount for SuperSport United, but it doesn't matter because the score's level on the board, and that's where it all counts in the game of football. Got to control the ball first. I think Matodzi guilty of maybe trying to, and I understand the first time ball into the penalty area, but if you're not 100% sure of the delivery, play your first touch and then deliver it on the second time, because you've got players coming out and trying to set the offside trap from Dondol Stars. I do understand his impression. What do we have here? The 100 meters sprint. Oh no, there's an injury at half-time, at the halfway mark, and Sphamandla Gumede is just giving himself a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, he's been called into action many occasions.
I think he's been rather good against his former side where he did so much of his development. Yeah, more cramp coming in, and you spoke about this. Again, it's Molefe. Saw him having problems earlier on, so they might be called upon, the co-coaches of Dondol Stars, to make a change. But even if they do make a change, Relebohile Molefe has put his name up where it should be in the limelight. I see Decline Ngwetiane, whose name is Madija, is warming up to come on. He's a striker. Meantime, Sivanyoni had that header that was brilliantly saved by Sphamandla a bit earlier. He's a good player. As I said, he played with Sekhukhune United. Then he went to Tuks as Buerta's in the house, and he played with Tuks to the end of the previous season, and also played in all the matches in the playoffs. And Tuks were unbeaten until they lost in the final match against Swallows at this very stadium. Swallows retained their position in the Premier League.
And there was a bit of a close call there from Lungu. I think he strayed onside and then into an offside position.
Well, he looks a bit hungry. So Decline Ngwetiane is about to come on for the goal scorer of the goal before Dondol Stars. Molefe suffering from cramp. Oh, that's going to be a little bit too enthusiastic, I think, for Matodzi.
And that was great work from Francois Baloy. He's guided that ball into safety.
Substitution time for Dondol Stars for the third time. They've already brought on Nameka. They brought on Patlana, who's done well in the midfield. And Ngwetiane on for Molefe. Can Madida, not Fani Madida, who was absolutely prolific as a goal scorer in his days. Little collision there between Kiwuchi and Mukongo. This is good play by Dondol Stars though. Pick up again by Nyembani. They've been quite persistent here on Dondol Stars. SuperSport United are having to work very hard defensively. And that was a pretty close moment inside of their penalty. Ricardo Goss having to tidy things up. There's a SuperSport player down on the park at the moment, but Dondol Stars are looking to go in front for the very first time in the game. They're not interested in giving any help to SuperSport United. Oh, ghosting into the penalty area. SuperSport United are being stretched. Fourth official urging Gavin Hunt and Grant Johnson back into the dressing room. He's saying, I've got to play with a head injury. The referees have to take stricter action. And I'm not sure why there has to be reciprocation. Maybe, wow, it's getting a bit heated here at Tridgeville. I know this is a family show, so there's a bit of emotion that's spilling out. The fourth official's got his hands full. Ooh, Eina.
I could see just, looks like a clash of heads. As Kewutu slipped, a bit of an elbow in the face. And I tell you what, the SuperSport coach is not happy because it's a bit of sportsmanship. When a man is down, you possibly just let that ball go out, and they continued play and try to get a goal, and that is the commotion between the coaches that we just witnessed.
Well, the referee is in communication with his assistant referees and with the fourth official as well, Mr. Toteti. He has to make an assessment to the severity of the injury, and for me, it's the players' safety and well-being first. Oh, a bit of emotion. Nothing wrong with that. You know, we're only 18 minutes away from extra time.
A lot can happen in 18 minutes.
Heck of a lot. Oh, that's good play. Matodzi robbing a man who's been impressive. Nomala looking for a foul outside the area. They don't get it off Lungu, and suddenly the response is going to be quick here from Dondol Stars. This is the new man, Ngwetiane, and that's palpably disappointing.
A wasted opportunity from the substitute, and applauded for his effort from the coach. This is an earlier one too. Tackle from behind once again. And Baloy showing a lot of composure under pressure.
Kampani Lungu, foul by Nomala. No, Mr. Gumede hasn't seen the ball for quite some time, and he's had a genuine injury. Oh, it's cramp, supposedly.
You can see the jerk of the leg, the cramps trying to set in.
It's not genuine, I'm not going to be impressed. Appears to be the body language of Mr. Mokele. Meantime, Gavin Hunt directing traffic. They're so quick on the counter, though. They haven't run out of legs just yet. Have Dondol Stars.
You're right, Kev. In the first half, they never committed enough men on the counter. Second half, they certainly changed that. And they have the reward for that, an opportunity for Molefe that was substituted to get a second one as well.
Back on his feet again is Sphamandla. I'll tell you what, he's put in a good shift here today. And the coach has as well. Sekhukhune United leading over Liver Brothers by 3-0. Seems to be a player that's been sent off for Liver as well. So Brandon Tuta having things his own way on there and looking to get back to winning ways after successive 2-0 losses against Sundowns and Marumo Gallants. It's about rebuilding momentum for Sekhukhune United. For the league gets back underway after the final match of the opening round of the Nedbank Cup, which incidentally is on Valentine's Day. Polokwane City against Chippa United up at the old Peter Makaba Stadium. Nomala has caused enough trouble tonight. Oh, second ball as well. Surely a shot here, deflection, goal! Dondol Stars leading through Monama. The captain's nickname is Surprise. Half an hour played. The amateurs are in front. It's a big deflection.
Elation and celebration in the ranks of Dondol Stars. Deservedly so. They came out to the second half looking a different side. And Gavin Hunters gives it a nod. Brilliant ball played to the back post. Kept the opportunity alive. And a brilliant strike that had a small deflection that sees that ball nestle at the back of the net. Substitute once again involved. Brought it down. What a strike it was. Head over from Monama, the captain. Ricardo Goss beaten by a deflection, and it sees Dondol Stars take the lead.
Unbelievable scenes in Attridgeville. And Kloppo had SuperSport United leading at half-time by 1-0. Will it be given as an own goal, or is it a goal for the captain of the Dondol Stars? Would be a fitting tribute to Mr. Monama. Makungo. Oh, there's a little bit of space available there for Whitehead, Nameka. And they're playing football here at Dondol Stars.
He's smelling blood. Nameka has been excellent since his introduction in the second half. And he tested Goss.
There'll be so much in the way of celebration in Mamelodi tonight, let alone here in Attridgeville. Dondol Stars are able to hold on. But SuperSport United are never far away from success. You've seen that in the DStv Premiership, where they hold on to second position, and although there are some distance, 23 points beyond Mamelodi Sundowns, they are unbeaten at home. For how much longer?
Can you believe it?
Is Monama going to be the man? First half belonging to SuperSport United, second half belonging to Dondol Stars. I think Molefe could have been a bit more impressive on that one, and certainly Rapu as well. Dondol Stars 2, SuperSport United 1. The man of the moment, the captain. They call him Surprise. His name is Kolofelo Monama. Scored the second goal. This is how it came.
Yeah, done well to keep that opportunity alive. And brilliant strike there. They say you don't shoot, you don't score. That's exactly what the captain Monama
Dondol Stars are 2 goals in the second half, lead by 2-1. The deflection came from Baloy, past Ricardo Goss. SuperSport United are going to have to dig deep. 11 minutes in stoppage time away from Dondol Stars in their very first match at this stage of the Nedbank Cup. Never been in the Nedbank Cup proper before. They have an opportunity to make it 3. Another deflection, side netting. From another angle, you would have thought that was in the back of the net.
Yeah, SuperSport in 6s and 7s. It's Dondol Stars that's applying the pressure. Brilliant interplay through the centre. Another overlapping run there from Mabu. He's done that all evening. And almost, as you say, kept another deflection. Almost nestled in the back of the net.
History is a wonderful thing. And when history is created, and new history is created, yes, sometimes there are teams on the back end of history. Falling to the back of Nklapo, no chance for that to be a handball whatsoever. Away comes Motodzi. Kampani Lungu suddenly wide on the left-hand side. Support will come from Rapu. And it's SuperSport United now looking a tad disjointed. This is Tamsanqa Gabuza. At what stage does Tamsanqa Gabuza leave the defending to be done by the defenders and push into the penalty area and do some work there as well? Masaku on the turn. Had his hands behind his back, did Fox. And they're defending nicely here, Dondol Stars. Nklapo's done well. Behind Patlana. Kiwuti. Baloy controls for SuperSport United. No Rapu, that's wasted.
Yeah, SuperSport running out of ideas. It calls for calm heads and they look a little bit disjointed, do they? As the coach looks on with bemusement.
Sekhukhune United lead over Liver Brothers by 3-0. Liver Brothers with the player sent off in that encounter and make it easy. Certainly nothing easy here for SuperSport United, that's for sure. Dondol Stars have done all the hard work. What? Oh, what was said at half-time by the coaches of this amateur side. Because they've come out in the second half and they've just left nothing on the table whatsoever. Played their socks off. They've got the right breaks at the right times. And one has to go to that penalty call of Mabu at the start of the second half. And would that be the difference between the two sides eventually? And the saves, of course, from Sphamandla Gumede.
Yeah, he's been massive. Sphamandla pulled off 2 or 3 important saves for his side.
All that it takes. There's one more goal to come back from SuperSport United, and this match changes in its complexion. And how much of a downer would that be for Dondol Stars? However, if Dondol Stars had to score another goal, it would be all manner of trouble. Looking for second ball here, and Nklapo, crowded penalty area, somehow scrambled away. And this is the danger for SuperSport United, who are playing an extremely high line. Giving the ball away, Patlana, keepers off his line! And the shot is wide from Makungo. That had a huge, huge spot of danger all over it.
This is opportunity. He could have put this ball to bed. A misplaced pass from SuperSport, and Dondol Stars with an opportunity to end it all up. See, he spotted the goalkeeper with the substitute. Unfortunately, effort went wide.
Dondol Stars haven't given up the hopes of scoring a third goal, away by Rapu. Substitution time for SuperSport United. Aubrey Ngoma, former Mamelodi Sundowns player, played at Cape Town City as well. He's 33 years old, coming on to try and see if he can stabilise matters. Remember Maluti FET College, who beat Orlando Pirates by 4-1 as a second-tier club. Baroka in 2011 over Swallows and Kaizer Chiefs in the latter stages. But yeah, it's been a match of taking opportunities, and I think, you know, in the Nedbank Cup, I think it is about taking your opportunities. It's the Cup of Dreams. Nameka making a turn back into the midfield. 5 minutes and stoppage time away. Dondol Stars are from a place in the draw for the round of 16, along with Mamelodi Sundowns and Marumo Gallants. And by the look of things, with Sekhukhune United leading by 3-0 over Liver Brothers. Could very well be first side from the lower ranks to make it through to the next round. And SuperSport United back to league action, where they will take on Royal AM away from home next Saturday. Not the Saturday coming, next Saturday, the 18th. This coming Saturday, Dondol Stars are meant to take on Pele, who are third on the table. It's a home match. How much will they have in the tank after this performance? It might not be in the legs, but it'll certainly be in the heads and the hearts of not only their players but their supporters as well. But this one's not over yet. I'll tell you what, Gavin Hunt will be hoping for 5 minutes of stoppage time and more.
There has been quite a few stoppages.
In the meantime, this is Patlana once again. Lovely throw from Patlana. Again, the threat comes off the right-hand side. Ngwetiane not able to keep it in play. Gabuz is in a hurry. So is the new man, Aubrey Ngoma. Mapocha, beg your pardon, but Todzi's looking for play over on the right-hand side of attack. Nobody's spotting him just yet. The clock is ticking. Stanton Fredericks. Have you been involved in this? I mean, you played in the professional ranks for how many years? Did you ever come against a side and had this sort of situation?
Unfortunately.
And Kola! Wow.
What a strike from the substitute, Aubrey Ngoma. They gave him space. What a shot. Great awareness there. Had enough time to set it up. Almost testing Sphamandla.
Play wide seems to be the call from Mr. Hunt. Six-time finalists, 5 times winners, going back 24 years to a victory over Kaizer Chiefs by 2-1 in the Bob Save Super Bowl, and then winning the Absa Cup against Fitz 6 years later. And to wait until 2012 to beat Mamelodi Sundowns, and then 2016-17 for back-to-back wins over Orlando Pirates on both occasions. Both of those matches having 5 goals in them. Only loss in the final came against Kaizer Chiefs. 2013, they lost by 1-0. 6-time finalists and about to bow out in the first round. They lost in the quarterfinals last time against Chakuma Chimadzi-Andila, after having beaten Maritzburg United and Platinum City Rovers each by 1-0. Lost after extra time against TTM. Aubrey Ngoma has already had one cracking shot that ripped past the right-hand upright of Gumede. Sphamandla is untouchable.
Safe hands when needed.
Dondol Stars want to bring on a substitution. Well, it's an awkward bounce of the ball, but Goss has handled that rather nicely. Might be a late call for Bafana Makanya, who's known as cul-de-sac. Well, is he going to bring on the cul-de-sac to make it a dead end for SuperSport United?
We're doing a bit of the K53 here this evening.
Strong challenge on Kabuza. The referee pointing in the direction of the goal of Dondol Stars. Nicely away by Mabu. Does leave the Dondol Stars player injured, and it is Makungo Figo. Stoppage time. It is 5 minutes, you know, it's being added on. But they might not need the 5 minutes because there's a bit of space. So Makungo, that's an absolutely phenomenal challenge. I thought Makungo was clear away behind the defenders of SuperSport United, and how they got a touch of that, I just don't know. It is a welcome piece of defending. It's not going to go down well in the SuperSport United camp, that's for sure. Well, he came on as a substitute, and Ngwetiane Madida. Now he's going to make way. Not often you have a substitute substituted. This is the case tonight, and Ngwetiane will make way for Bafana Makanya. And it looks like the door is going to be slammed shut in the face of SuperSport United. Second on the table in the DStv Premiership against the log leaders of the ABC Motsepe League in the Gauteng stream, both based in Tshwane. I tell you what, the amateur side have really used the opportunity for television time to show their mettle and display what Jomo Cosmos and the rest of the teams in the ABC Motsepe League Gauteng stream have in their fuel tank. This is going to be a massive boost for their quest for promotion to the Motsepe Foundation Championship, the first division. But it's a long journey, that journey from 180 odd clubs through to your regional winners, to the regional finals, to only 2 finalists, the winning semi-finalists being promoted. It's an incredible tournament competition. Matodzi not able to make it count, and the new man, cul-de-sac, doing exactly what's asked of him. Tomsanka Gabuza. Again, cul-de-sac gets in the way. Headed in by Nklapo. A little bit of mountaineering. Well, the ball chopped nicely. Opportunity! Great save, Gumede of Sibanyoni. And Gumede continues to be absolutely phenomenal.
That's Gumede to the rescue. Failed to clear the danger with Dondol Stars, and Sibanyoni. A bit of a deflection there. Had to adjust himself mid-air, and that's exactly what he did. Sphamandla.
Unbelievable. Corner here from Nkoma. Keeper's got to do a job. He doesn't have to come out though. The defense has done a good job. Second ball for the same man. That's a bit critical from a SuperSport United point of view. Maseko trying to pick up possession. Now the defense at 6s and 7s. Well, it's not. Matodzi will go back to Goss. And we only have 2 minutes remaining in Attridgeville. The first shock of the tournament is only a matter of 120 seconds away, Stanton. And who would have thought? Gumede has earned his paycheck tonight. He certainly has earned a lot of credit, and so for that matter have the coaches of Dondol Stars. You'll hear a lot more of Dondol Stars. Well, they'll play in the second round, unless something dramatic happens in the next 90 seconds.
SuperSport not giving up, pushing for the last, searching for that equalizer. He's been massive here this evening. Baloy, Francois Baloy.
.70 seconds remaining. Klapo needs the near post flick on, gets it as well. Sibanyoni, keeper comes out, doesn't make contact. Sibanyoni for the second time of asking. SuperSport United stay on the attack. They're in a hurry in Klapo. Klapo scored after just 19 minutes. Back post, the ball has drifted out of play behind the goal line on the fly. And now there's only 40 seconds separating Dondol Stars from a massive, massive success. Disappointed faces in the SuperSport United camp. Be back to the drawing board, as you said. A match against Royal AM away on the 18th of February. Back to Premier League action. This is what the Cup of Dreams is all about. Taking your opportunities and making history. That's exactly what Dondol Stars are now. 5 seconds away from accomplishing. Mr. Bukele. What about that penalty call of Mabu that wasn't? Last ditch opportunity. Knocked away from the danger zone. Dondol Stars going to the draw alongside of Sekhukhune United, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Marubo Gallants of the Nedbank Cup 2023. And we have the first shock. It's a massive shock. SuperSport United second on the table in the DStv Premiership. Dondol Stars top of the ABC Motsepe League counting stream. Absolutely taking the second half of this match by the scruff of the neck and wringing it out of SuperSport United, who won the first half 1-0. Dondol Stars winning the second 2-0. And winning the encounter. Gumede must take a lot of credit. Massive saves that he made throughout the course of the match. SuperSport United back to the drawing board in the DStv Premiership. Dondol Stars will continue though in the Cup of Dreams. Really is a massive, massive shock. Yes, there are substitutions and injuries that have hampered the passage of SuperSport United. Gavin Hunt was talking about his lack of defensive capability tonight. Well, they were caught on the counter, and it really was, at the end of the day, a tremendous performance from Dondol Stars. Difficult to name one specific player, and the coaches were saying beforehand, when Lwazi was suggesting, you know, 2 players that the coach might name, and he said, just remember the name Dondol Stars. Well, you'll remember the name Dondol Stars as well when the draw gets made next week after the Polokwane City Chippa United match. But what a celebration, what a day for celebration for the amateur side. A goal from Klapo saw SuperSport United lead at half-time, but goals from Molefe and then Manama see Dondol Stars winning this encounter by 2-1. It's fantastic.